guys, welcome to the vlog. I'm just hanging out here with my new best friends. Look at these amazing stingrays. Oh, how sweet are they? I just love these guys so much, and I'm just now getting to know them. I can't imagine once we've had them for a long time how cool it's gonna be to actually get to know them and bond with them. And I'm sure just like anything else, they have their own unique little personalities once we get to know and name them. Oh my God, so exciting. This is the best way for me to start my day. Let's just move on and let's see what other kind of things are going on today. I hate to tell you this, but we definitely have some pretty heavy news. Something that we're definitely gonna share with you guys, but we're gonna save that for a little bit later in the video. These mirror tanks here, the fish in here are honestly doing amazing. You can see they're starting to get really used to their new home, their new environment, thriving, they're eating. The colors look good. Even without the lights and stuff on there, you can see how vibrant and how pretty they are. I can't tell you how much time I spend standing, or even, I'm not gonna lie, sitting right over here, just staring up at these magnificent tanks and fish. I mean, look at this one. This is definitely one of my favorites right here. And then we got the same thing on this side. There's her mirror right there.
Oh, that's cool. It's mirror tanks with mirror fish. I like it.
Exactly. These guys are just doing fantastic. We couldn't be happier. I'm gonna go check out some of the other tanks too. Jeff and myself, I figured we'd just sit here and start nailing away, getting all these things. It makes it nice now because it'll be fast. That's why we just pre-cut them. So literally they should be good to go, and just put them up there. Guess what? Things are gonna be looking real good real quick. As you can see, here's one of my new best friends. He is so funny. This thing is such a character. It's a filefish. He's so pretty. He's got gorgeous blues on him, but he's so funny because he's so skinny, and the way that he just interacts and swims around. When you come up, he knows.
They all know. Look at this.
I think they want to get fed, or they just love me. I don't know. I think it's me. Is it that he just loves me, AJ? Is that what it is?
Who knows? I had a conversation with him when he arrived. I said, this woman you give extra attention to. Yeah, here, I'll turn the lights on for you guys on this tank.
Ooh, we're gonna see it with the lights on.
See his little antenna?
And all those blue colors.
Oh my God, he's gorgeous. Actually, look at all of these fish. Every day it gets clearer, so we can see better and better. But yeah, look at all the different ones. I love these little zebra striped ones.
Wait a second, AJ, we need some help. We're calling these zebra striped ones. What are they?
These guys right here are Atlantic spadefish. They are a schooling fish. They're also a sport fish too. These are probably some of the smallest ones I've ever had and taken care of.
They get big.
They could be the size of full-size dinner plate when they're full grown.
This guy here.
So he is my Spanish hogfish. Those guys get pretty long, but they're heavy movers, so he'll be zipping around. He'll probably get like maybe 12 inches long, something like that.
And how about the filefish? Does he get any bigger?
Probably only a third of how big they could get. They get a lot deeper in their belly, then they get a lot longer. But the thing that I'm having to mitigate the most is these sergeant majors in here, the other smaller schooling fish. They like to pick on things, and so keeping them on a consistent feed schedule because they keep bugging him. So there may be an opportunity where I have to remove him from the system or put him in a different floating howdy to keep him away. Luckily, he bites back. And so hopefully after time, I want him to sort things out on his own. These guys are boogers and known to do this kind of stuff, and so I'm keeping an eye on that. The porkfish have really pretty yellows on them. Carrots, they're gonna really kind of dull out as they get bigger, unfortunately, but you'll be able to see that bright blue teeth that they have. You can kind of see it right now.
My phone's got blue teeth.
Yes, who knew they were IT guys?
This looks great, bro.
Dude, it came out awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, that was pretty fast. You got that done in what, like 25 minutes?
25, probably 15. I mean, come on.
Well, I was counting your Union 10. No, this looks great, Jeff. It's just transforming the place.
I'm glad everything was pre-cut. It didn't take long at all to put up.
And like with that amount of effort to make this much of a change, it just looks awesome, dude.
Oh, I mean, just the floors and now like the icing on the cake.
So unfortunately, guys, we do have some bad news. With this huge shipment with all of these fish, it's bound that something is going to happen. Unfortunately, it happened with our lionfish. Were one of my favorites. I know they were one of Steve's favorites too. Unfortunately, we just had some bad luck and we had an issue overnight. I believe AJ said the oxygen kind of tanked, and by the time got back here, there wasn't anything we can do. Nobody's fault. The fact that it happens the first night, hate to say you expect it, but to think that nothing would go wrong with all of the fish that we were getting would be a little
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
exactly.
And unfortunately, this was a system I wasn't even worried about. Lionfish are very hardy animals. It doesn't matter how hardy a fish is after such a stressful move. Not to mention lionfish cannot be kept in the same containers as all the other fish, and so they were actually separated away from everybody else, strictly because of the venomous spines that they have. They're also heavy predatory fish. But yes, the DOs, or dissolved oxygen, crashed overnight. I probably left Thursday at 10:30 and got back in at 5:30, and so even in just that short period of time, enough went wrong with the system, with the amount of oxygen that was being distributed in the system itself, to where we lost all 10 of them in that short time period. But we do have everybody else doing well. This one tank crash, it was very sad to come in the next day because you're coming off of the high of all these animals coming in, but that is a sad reality of working with animals, is you have the responsibility of taking care of them, but you also have the responsibility of caring for them in their death. We did our necropsies on them to make sure that it wasn't anything else that could have caused the death. We did find that all of their gills were almost completely whited over, pretty standard with low oxygen levels or none at all. There wasn't a whole lot else we could have done for them, but this is another learning point for in the future, working on having even more sensors, emergency protocols to kind of go along with it too, just to make sure that we can avoid having something like this happen again.
This is not good news. This doesn't make us happy, but that being said, we're going to take positives from it, and honestly, we're going to go ahead and we will get more lionfish further down the line. Luckily, there's something that's easier to come by. Let's go look at some of these other tanks and all these other fish that are actually doing very well right now. This is a very interesting tank, and it's doing great. I couldn't picture exactly what was going to go in here originally, but obviously these lobsters are so amazing. They look so much cooler than I could have ever imagined, along with all the little squirrel fish in here too. Originally they were hiding all of the time. They're starting to come out more and more as they're getting acclimated to this tank. If you guys go back into the old videos, we were talking about squirrel fish being in here and trying to figure out what the heck they look like. They are super cute. I really do love these guys, and I think they pair so good with these lobsters. I'm gonna tell you what, these lobsters are definitely a fan favorite with me and with my grandsons. I tell you what, I had to keep showing them pictures over and over the other day. They're like, Gigi, show me the lobsters. And that's why, look at them. They're so cool.
Jeff crushed yesterday. He got literally like all of the bottom skirts on every single enclosure. I mean, look at how amazing these look with the floors, the bottoms on. So cool to see progress everywhere in our lives. It's just, you guys that have been watching the channel for a long time and following along on this journey know it's been a crazy one. And to see these types of things get done at the rate they're getting done, this is absolutely amazing. And I can't wait for what's next, man. We got freshwater to start going, but I don't know. I'm just at a loss for words. It's crazy. And I hope you guys are enjoying the entire journey right along with us. Are you about to turn the lights on this? Because I haven't seen fish in here with lights.
I haven't seen the lights on here either.
I'd say all the tanks are my favorite, but this is a pretty cool tank.
Oh, yeah.
This was a system I was worried about just because the sheer amount of small fish that I had in here, but I have not observed a single one, you know, the past week or so since everybody's gotten here. And the cool thing about this tank is the amount of colors that we have. We have the blues, the purples, the yellows, the red, grays, oranges. You have bigger moving fish like the bicolor angels, obviously the cowfish, but all of these wrasses like just school together. So you'll see the bluehead wrasse all swimming together, moving around. All the purple damsels will be hanging out with each other. My vision for this system was if somebody's looking at the tank from here, they're gonna see different fish over here than they would if they look at it. I got all my little neon gobies that like to hang out on this side, but not that side. All of my flame cardinals have not kind of come out. They're these little dudes.
Oh, those are cool.
I hadn't seen those.
These guys will obviously get a little bit bigger. I've got, you know, the dotty backs and royal brahmas that are kind of mixed in. Once the Molly Millers get a little bit more comfortable and they get settled in, you'll see them spread out throughout the bottom. Right now, I know that they're hanging out in those tube corals, and they'll poke their head out every now and again.
So much easier to see now with the lights on too. And obviously these guys, again, are getting comfortable with their environment. The first couple days, they're all just kind of hanging around at the bottom. They're adjusting, they're stressed. Look at them now. Like they're all just swimming around, enjoying their new environment, figuring stuff out. This is This is amazing, and this is really, really good. We've got some inhabitants in the touch tank that want to say hi.
Oh my goodness. Oh wait, do you see that there's a starfish around the snail taking a ride?
I did not even notice that.
One Uber for starfish?
Look at these guys. This is so cool too, because again, having this, now you get to see both sides of it, right? You could see the top side, but now we can see the underneath side in there too. Oh, there's the crab. There's one of them.
Oh, hi buddy.
There's the other one over there. Now that everything, and there's another one.
I've not had a single problem with any of the animals in here so far. They've kind of all congregated in their own little areas. So like I've got sea stars and cowries.
This is too good.
She's tickled to death.
Look at.
Horseshoe crabs are so goofy. That's the nice thing about this acrylic here is a lot of touch tanks are just top down. But having this acrylic piece here, you can actually see the hermit crab, and you know, when he's sticking out, you can actually see the horseshoe crab when they come up here. I would eventually like to get a mask ray or a yellow ray in here, a smaller species to kind of move around a bit, which would be really cool because that would add a little bit more biodiversity. But the sea stars are all kind of climbing up. I've got some of my urchins that like to pile up back up in here.
Oh my God.
You can even see them sticking in the coral pieces too.
One over there too.
And my sea cucumber, he has been hanging out under that big pile of rock.
Do you have a sea cucumber?
He's only about this big, which he'll get a bit more size on him.
I didn't know either.
One of my
That's so
sea
cool.
urchins actually stole him. Like he picked him up and walked off with him.
The ocean is crazy. Is anybody else with me on that?
Well, cool thing we did at previous facilities is for Halloween, we would give the sea urchins a little cowboy hat. If they would eat a scallop or an oyster, they would move the shell on top of their head. And so they would do the same thing with the cowboy hat. So something to maybe look forward to.
We need to put together like a little sheet
Of what's
kind
in
of
here?
like exactly, you know, kind of like when you would do those little searches. So it's like, okay, can you find this many starfish and this many sea urchins with a little picture so the kids know what to look for?
Let's get these kids like actually looking at these exhibits to see if they're really paying attention or if, you know, they're just wanting to play around.
Whoa. What are you guys doing?
Oh, you didn't hear?
Hear what?
It's Drogo Spa Day.
You guys are gonna give him a shower?
Yeah, we got a lot to prep first.
Oh my God.
Pirate, come on, excuse you, pirate.
Thanks to Benny's Pet Parlor for hooking us up with a dryer.
We're giving a sloth a bath in here.
Yeah.
I feel like we're missing something.
The sloth? He is acting a little different. You can see he's not really as grabby as much. Normally when we stand close to something, he immediately tries to grab for it. This is Lilo's house. Now I can't take Drogo in there because he would immediately try to leave me and go to that tree as he's demonstrating right now. Oh, Drogo, look! Birthday party room! What do you think? I think he approves. All right, so I think that I just want to say this out loud. I think that it looks good and it's gonna stay on, but we need to be on high alert. Guys, let's not forget we always use the puppy shampoo.
Focus. Hey,
It's a weird pose.
so we are giving Drogo.
Ooh, Drogy, let me get that
Good
butt.
scrubbing. Sudsy. Oh no, don't go down.
And the guys actually got done installing the dividing wall. I think it's gonna be awesome. I know we still got a little bit of work to do on the ceilings over here. It's not gonna be an open concept. Yeah, check this out, man. Wraps up, it tucks away nice into the corner. Gives us the ability to be a little bit more versatile when it comes to parties. Obviously, having two parties is great, but if you had one big event or something like that, to be able to open the room up and let everybody come in and see, it's a great idea. Laura, you crushed it with this one. I think it looks amazing. I can't wait to see this room come to life, because just a couple pieces of like artwork on the walls, this room's gonna look so good. Hi,
Hi, buddy.
what are you guys doing?
I'm showing them how to do maintenance.
Starting with the mirrors?
Well, we've actually been doing some maintenance on some of the other systems, but the triangle tank that we did a little earlier today, we were actually just removing water from the system. I don't want to touch the substrate in that tank for probably another couple weeks. I do want it to get nice and gross on the bottom because we have what we call detritivores in there. So our sea cucumber, he needs things to eat, which is all that crap that builds up on the bottom.
Oh, that makes sense. So like carnivore eats meat, detritivore eats detritus.
Yes, he will have a field day in there because a lot of the bacteria that we put in there too, obviously some of that stuff starts to die off as time goes on too, and so he'll pick at that. But in a tank with just angels, butterflies, and tang, I don't have anybody in here who's picking stuff off the ground.
So it becomes Jacob and Nicole.
They'll be helping get all of this maintenance done on a regular basis. We want to smooth out the sand too because we had some sand crevices that got displaced when we were putting water in the tank. Siphoning is actually a great way of moving sand around in the exhibit without having to get in there.
So you just suck a little bit up, then move it to where you want it and drop it?
And there's different ways to work with it. You can do the tried and true where you suck on the siphon through your shirt. Some freaks like do it straight mouth.
That would be Brian.
That's
Brian would go
disgusting.
straight to mouth with like dirty pool water.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
Straight fish poop. You can also use gravity to start a siphon.
Yes.
So since these tanks are so high, root can is so low, you can actually just pick the line up and move the air out of it yourself to manually start it that way.
Obviously, the aquarium team has been taking care of the marine side during the daytime. The aquarium team's starting to focus their efforts on the freshwater side, which is super exciting. I'll show you guys the actual freshwater vat that's back there. You might have seen it a little bit, but Jeff and AJ spent the weekend getting it set up. And that means we're pretty much ready to start putting water into things like the Predator tank, this cylinder tank here, the zigzags, and even the S tank. Currently, the aquarium team's cleaning everything up and getting ready to start putting the first water in to the freshwater side. And yes, guys, this is the freshwater vat here. It's a little pipsqueak compared to these giant saltwaters, but we don't have as big a tanks over there. We only have one really giant. Amazing though, because you can actually see the plumbing that Jeff and AJ put in over the weekend. I'm sure Bashy had a huge hand in it too. This is all set up and ready to go, and it'll actually start processing fresh water here in a little bit to get over to the Predator tank. You may hear a little hum in the background. As we speak, the floors are getting started up again. We have a couple more days left of this, and then life can kind of go back to normal. Bummer that we lost the lionfish. Honestly, all of us when we came in were devastated. We didn't even really know what to say, you know, and we just wanted to give it to you straight. I know we said we're gonna show the good, the bad, and the ugly, and unfortunately, this was the bad and ugly. Something we never want to have happen again. This is the world of fish. It's a little bit different. So thanks for hanging out with us today. Speaking of out.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you in the next one.